Welcome guys to the start of a new Let's Play, as with 5 Fire Emblem titles under our belt, and with not really any modern Fire Emblems played, apart from of course Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. Not saying that's exactly that modern, considering it's a remake of an incredibly old game. The Telia saga behind us, the advanced games behind us, we now move on to the newest game in the series. The Nintendo Switch, Fire Emblem, free houses, free choices, free stories, free everything, I'm sure.
Onwards
as we get to begin. The subs already coming in. So, this is going to be, of course, the first blind playthrough. The games don't just come out. Of course, it's only going to be that. Where I'm along for the ride, up in my camera position, up on high. Not talking during the cutscenes, doing all the other stuff. And playing and hoping to win. We're going to be playing on normal mode. Let's put it that way. I know I should put it on hard now at experienced players, but I since think after, what is it? Did I play on hard on one of Path Radiance, Radiant Dawn? We played it hard on Echoes, Shadow of Valentia less. I think I'm just going to go back a little bit and play it for the story rather than play it through on hard this time. And we're going to be completely casual there. We're going to go on classic mode, because otherwise there's no risks, there's no stakes, there's no feeling bad about your characters. Every decision counts, and hopefully no one will get destroyed, because hopefully it's normal mode. Please don't kill anyone, please. Pretty good. Connect to network and play online. Probably not for now, but we'll see it in the future as we begin the game.
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die in it! Die! Die! You took everything that I loved! He's gone now, Mother.
Oh my.
What could have brought you here? I wonder how you got in here. It is most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
Well, okay. Crazy stuff to start. Lots of stabbing. We get to select ourselves a form. Do we want to go with a super serious looking male guy? Or a lady, basically. Oh, do I want to go with a happy... This is my choice now. Do I want to go with a happy looking person or a gloomy looking guy? Also, extra points for not actually wearing your... Oh, no, wait a second. Wait, she split her sleeves open. For an extra coolish cape / not cape effect. It's kind of cool. It's like a male or female. Gloom for the win. Unique, choose a sword wielder. Of course I will. I don't know. I think I'd rather see a little bit of smile in my life. Sure.
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway?
I'm a ghost, I'm a demon, or I'm immortal. Well, I imagine I'm immortal, not I'm immortal. Can I roleplay as the other things, though?
I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
Okay, I left the original character choice by the look of it. Should we just switch it with the tried and tested? Oh god, this always annoys those... Wait, what? Why is this a default in Nintendo's thing? My cooking show's here. Okay, why is that in Nintendo's auto thing? I don't think I've done that before, but maybe Becca. Maybe Becca's done something here. Well. And pantry from? Sure, let's move on. Is all this correct? Yes.
Huh. I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
Okay. So every month moon has a different name to it. So I'm in the Wyvern moon. And I wonder if, like, star sign is, like, denoted by a day here. But that's my birthday.
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange. It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap. It is almost time to begin.
I'm guessing everyone's birthday
Time to wake up.
is on the same day.
Were you having that dream again?
I was dreaming about a war, or I was dreaming about a young girl. Well, technically both.
Massive armies clashing on a vast field, right? There hasn't been a battle like that in over 3 centuries. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts. Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed. Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, Sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happening?
Onwards to mail.
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
Okay, we've already got auto-saves going on by the look of it. I'll make myself a full save and try not to talk over any cutscenes. Yeah, I bet everyone's got the same birthday as that lady, yeah? And more. Well, thank you for the subs and follows in the meantime, guys. We're trying to not overtake the story as it starts to unfold.
Let's take care of those thieves before they overrun the village. Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
This poor alone guy all on his own. Movement! Right then, we're getting our tutorial, our prologue. While your unit is next to an enemy, the command will open to attack command and choose a weapon. So what have we got here? Spears, axes, bows. Mr. Horsey, Jalot. And myself, of course. Right, any other buttons I can press to yet? Right, so we've got ourselves a detailed character thing with hit ratings, etc., avoidance. Can I actually go to the left and check that stuff out? View unit details. Details on the vulnerary. Ah, I can go over here. Ooh, checking out what the stats actually will do is probably quite interesting. Charisma raises Gambit's might, hit rate, and avoidance. Well, it's charm, even not charisma. It was 6 CHA is thing. Speed, effects, avoidance rate. Dex, hit rate and critical hits. Magic, damage the unit deals magical attacks. Strength, physical attacks. Luck lowers risk of enemy critical hits. And defense, reduce damage from physical attacks. So we want a very lucky guy. Plus, what's this? Sword prowess, level 2. Oh my god, I think we're probably diving a little bit too far in when the game itself will probably tell me what I need to know in the future anyway. That's hit plus 6, avoidance plus 10, and crit avoidance plus 6 when using a sword. We've got stats, man. Stats. Many stats. Well, if we're going to advance on a guy, let's look at the map. Seems to be the same button configuration for checking out enemy movements and all that. So it looks like this guy's on an island. He's doomed. So let's use a bow first of all. Bows can attack from long range, so the hit rate is reduced as range increases. They're highly effective against flyers like Pegasus, Knights, and Wyvern Riders.
Ready and willing.
I need myself some Peg Knights, that's for sure. My affinity with them, and bowmen in general, is always quite high. Oh, where are you aiming? A weapon will break when repeated use brings its durability to 0. You can fight with a broken weapon, but your might and hit rate will be reduced, and enemies will make follow-up attacks more easily. So, by the look of it, then it lowers your speed as well, maybe? Or just counterattacks, I don't know. Be careful with your weapon, you can't repel them mid-battle. Let's begin advancing then, shall we? Wait a second, when I think about it, maybe I should be feeding me. Oh, I can talk? I was about to say, can I talk and then attack and do stuff? We've got combat arts too, all that jazz. We could try it now because someone else can reach, for sure.
It's because of you guys that I'm not dead right now. Thanks for that. I didn't expect to run into mercenaries like you in some remote village. The gods of fortune must be smiling on me.
I bet you were trying to time that sub as well so it didn't come in. Thank you very much until while there was talking dialogue going on, but no! No. I can attack and talk.
You fought well.
Oh, she's a dedicated follower faction. So she's got like a little strap that holds the sleeve towards it by the look of it. Use the battle menu to create bookmark saves, view tutorial guides, and more. To access, press the A button when the cursor is on space without an active unit. So now we need to move up. Battle phases. Once all units have taken action, the player phase ends and the enemy phase begins. You can end the player phase early by selecting end from the battle menu. Not a problem. So if this is all this guy can reach, really, they're probably not going to leash on anyone at this point. And I can press A anywhere on the map to bookmark even if I wish to. Win conditions, whatnot.
I will prevail.
Let's move everyone up like crazy then. Was he twirling around his spear? Well, I was trying to choose a place to go.
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
Certain terrain will have the effects on the unit occupying it. Forest, for instance, raise units' evasion and defense. As we should know. Move units to advantageous terrain and better meet the enemy. So defense is up by 1, avoidance up by 30%. So we want to get in and start luring people then. Maybe we want to lure this guy separately, maybe? Obviously not into within bow range, I'd say. Yeah, shall I put you... Yeah, let's put you in that bush. Seems like only one guy can reach you there.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
Terrain types. Forests are not the only terrain types you will encounter. Keep an eye out for others such as thickets and hill tiles. You can see the effects of terrain by placing your cursor over it. Press the X button on an empty space to toggle terrain information and unit icons. Alright, so only one of them can reach him, so we should be able to get one target off that side. Then, if we're looking here, I'd say 2 guys will attack whoever I put there, more or less. I mean, I could put this person straight in this bush, to be fair, as well. That's 3 people. 3 people. If I go there, there's less spots I can be attacked from, so I think only one of them should be able to get into attack. Okay, so as long as I stay out of your range, I can move up Mr. Bowman as much as possible. Let's move you to here, so you can talk.
Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
I'm pretty sure only one person can attack her over there, even though it looks all threatening, like they're all wanting to go for the girl in the bush. Now, where's any other enemies on this map? Okay, top right. Our boss is Costas over here with an iron axe that seems to be a droppable considering it's painted in green. So I think only one enemy should be able to reach her. I said she had a good defense value anyway to take that hit. Well, that worked out pretty well. Everyone's getting elixir in the moment.
This is a fine opportunity. Use the combat arts I taught you.
Okay, combat arts are powerful techniques to use more weapon durability than usual. They do not typically allow for follow-up attacks. And units learn new combat arts when their weapon skill level goes up. There are no combat arts for reason or faith. Those skills grant magic instead. Take your word for it. Not like we've got any magic users to complicate things further here. So should we have you clean up the 2 you were fighting already?
Witness my power.
Let's have... Yeah, let's have... You take out the guy next to you. Don't need to use combat arts for that. 96 hit rate. Oh, I love spears. King of weapons. Alright then, iron bow. Let's shoot myself over. In the crotch as usual. Can't have our shot go anywhere else, right? And this way I should be able to get that last talk command off.
You have a strange aura about you. You say you're a mercenary, so show me what you can do.
Well, I'll show you. My hit rate is perfection.
That is that.
Though my sword looks a bit rusty, unless that's supposed to be blood. Select the items option to change your equipped weapon or use items such as Vulnerary, which restores your unit's hit points.
Damn. Why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Honestly, I don't think bandits should get to complain about that situation. Hello. Friendo's coming now. An item icon and an enemy indicates you will get the item that is highlighted green in the unit's details display when you defeat them. And also, I might just be playing this completely the Echo's way here, but there's no weapon triangle, is there? We just don't care. We're just beating things up. Okay, Thief can reach there. You can reach there. Boss can also reach there and past it. So what I may want to do is occupy this terrain space for this turn. Who's got the highest defense out, my guys? I'd imagine it'd be you, considering you're Spearman bloke. Yeah, 7 defense, 6 defense, 6 defense. Dimitri, what's your HP like? 28 as well. I mean, he's got more HP than anyone. He's built to be a bit more tanky by the look of it. You've got strength of 10, so with the 7 minus 1. There's barely any damage you'll take if we stick you in a bush. So now no one else should be able to reach past. So if I pull everyone into position up and around... Actually, can you reach through the bush? You can reach it there. Well, I don't want to fight you within the bush, so you're going there. You're going there. Unless someone's got some kind of throwing weapon, that'd be terrible. And you're going to back up over here as well.
I'm gonna kill you where you stand.
A perfect example of a miss. Yeah, he's gonna hide in the bush. Sounds like good strategy to me. No. Has managed to dodge Geralt, who takes no damage in return. You know, you've made it actually hard for me to kill things here.
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
Well, that's great now. When you attack an enemy that is also in attack range of one or more of your other units, you will trigger a linked attack. During a linked attack, your avoidance rate and hit rate are higher than normal. Linked attacks between certain units will also raise might. Okay. Good use of linked attacks is key to defeating powerful enemies. Linked attacks will also build support among the units involved. Keep them next door, then. Can you beat this boss in one shot? Just a question here. I mean, he's got... You did 12. No combat arts. Ah, that's a shame. Well, we could just weaken the guy by just using a slight iron bow shot over the... above here and just go, ha ha ha, we've got you. That would do 11, supposedly. Even with a higher hitical rate. Yes, we'll call it that. The higher hitical rate. Doesn't seem like we're doing that much extra to miss the guy, so... Let's take the boss down. The archer's never gonna aim, like, chest. Which is where I thought they'd aim. Well, 96 hit rate. And I'm guessing we've kind of probably cleared the map at this point. Oh my god, gates!
Stronger. I can feel it.
Well, that's a nice first level to get. Ah, we're leaving experience on the table.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool. Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning. Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that?
Alright, what are you talking about? Or just... let's just question her about her name. If she doesn't remember who once called her that, I doubt she's going to remember now. So, Sothis?
I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name? Phooey! That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
I am no child! I'm less than a child? Should we just follow the path of your logic?
Correct. You understand. You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
Thank you. You stopped time? Well, we kind of know that must have happened, otherwise we wouldn't be in some kind of mysterious dimension. And it seems that depending on my choices, I can actually get relationship with this lady. So should we just be the absolute kiss ass?
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask? I did deem you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that?
Okay, well, if you don't know, no one else knows. What will happen when time resumes? I guess I get chopped up horribly? So let's ask her more about a solution to the problem.
When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do?
Me in real life. I'll just stay here and wait to die. Keep time frozen until I'm safe. That doesn't actually help. So turn back the hands of time would be a very good thing to say to Sothis.
Of course. I must turn back the hands of time. Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time. Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
Hey, over here!
Huh?
Hey, did you just...
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
So we completed our first stage. MVP is used. Dimitri, yes. Right then. So, job done there. Let's move on. We'll find out what's happening next.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
Yeah, that is correct. He's a stranger to me. I'm a bandit. But they're all rubbish. We're all trolling. Yes, I'm the captain's child. Sure.
Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you? What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seiros.
The Knights of Seiros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
Maybe I just got hit on the head hard. Now I'm just hearing two personalities. I don't know.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seiros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
Knights of Seiros? I didn't know he was a captain. Let's get some exposition on this.
You haven't heard of the Knights of Seiros? The most famous order of knights in all of Fódlan.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well,
Is this my actual choice? Oh no! Oh no! I guess I gotta choose a direction no matter what. This could be like either the actual choice or me flattering someone a little bit. I mean, at this point, I still haven't really picked a house, but I would say I'm actually heavily leaning to Mr. just got some really nice level up stats with a strength and a defense buff off that first turn, 5 stats. Also, Dimitri, weren't you the guy who like single-handedly beat the boss? Well, a bit of arrow help to the crotch, but still, you were the one who stood up against him in the trees. It's all yours. So I don't know. That said, that's just too English. Addressed you in the air. I'd like somewhere that sounds like Fargus. It's a great name. It's not yet. Choices later. Well, Persian League of Nobles. I'm not too fond of Leagues of Nobles lately. Land of Noble Knights and Land of Ancient History. It's like a written test. I choose B. Oh, love.
Understood. Fargus is a noble and distinguished kingdom that has always valued chivalry.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
my, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the 3 is most unique.
We're going to talk about people now, are we? Well, we've got one that seems a bit more snide, one that seems very straight-laced. And then we've got Mr. I'm a rogue at heart. Your Han Solo-ish stereotype, right? Well, I like prim and proper boys. He seems quite sincere, yes. But I sense darkness lurking beneath. Ooh, mysterious. She's a refined young woman, is Edelgard. But I feel as though she's always evaluating me. And Claude. His easy smile is striking. Well, that smile doesn't reach his eyes. Nah, ha ha ha, it's one of those.
Yes, I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again. I may be sleeping, but
Right then. So, a choice made, a little... Oh my god, how many save files do they have? 5! Luxury.
Part 1. White clouds. Great tree moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fódlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fódlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fódlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
this will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fódlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. There it is. Garreg Mach Monastery.
Rhea's here.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
Her? You've been here before? One of the two. Let's talk about her.
You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you? The Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Which title? The title or the person? Let's go with the person.
As you know, the majority of folks in Fódlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Sothis. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
Well, I didn't realise I was actually Geralt's child. I didn't see much of a family resemblance, but I don't think many people would. Huh. What is my name? Am I supposed to tell her or just remain silent? It would be a bit rude to not tell her.
A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
I must work here? Sure, it's not that bad. As a mercenary? As a servant? I mean, you kind of expect them to bring you in as a merc rather than as a servant straight away. Let's go with at least my previous job title, shall I?
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
Ah, okay. You're a physician or you're a songstress is more to the point here. Let's ask the songstress side of things.
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Mittelfranc Opera Company is beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sothis. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Geralt's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Geralt character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flayn is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sothis, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the Church, especially if they are frequenting Garreg Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
See, we have different loading icons down the bottom as well. But I'm assuming we're going to move straight into another cutscene, so let's keep our talking short and sweet. Whatever's loading is a big loading, so is this the actual loading for me to walk around? Probably is when I think about it. My character's all the way to the side. There we go. Onwards to mail.
Of course.
Well, now we can move on, as we've just been introduced, I think, to our classes in some weird sense. Sparkling, sparkling. He's just breathtaking, isn't he? Well, let's explore. The right stick's move camera, plus minus zoom in and out. The B and Y buttons dash. That's always a nice thing to know. If you're ever unsure what to do next, look to the left side of the screen. Your current objective will be displayed there. So it seems like I popped myself up on the minimap, which is always handy. Damn it, I thought there were no UI elements here. Of course there's going to be a UI element somewhere. But I care about battles in that sense.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers Academy. Correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me.
The manager gift subs, thank you very much for coming in. Timing! As I talked, of course. The PGs and the gift subs free. My first task, let's view our quest. Thank you very much.
May I ask a favor of you?
What is the favour? Speak to the 3 house leaders and gain information, or gather information, gain works too, about the students' new house. The students can be found in the reception hall on the 1st floor and throughout the Officers Academy. We get an Iron Sword reward and a honorary and 500 G. You speak with every student you can. This might be your only chance to see what they're really like before you become a professor. Sure. What if I just decline? Quests are tasks given to you by people around the monastery. Those who can give or are involved with quests will have icons by them. Consult the quest menu to see the quests you've accepted. The icons beside each quest indicate their status. Icons for essential quests are red. I was about to say, can I go up this throne? I want to sit on your throne.
Once you have finished, come and speak with me.
I was wondering if I could just speak with her and finish it right there and then. I'll let their names appear above people too. I imagine you were surprised. Be sure to greet everyone. Sothis, your name is ominous.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
I thought Geralt would be a much better choice of teacher, but whatever. Can't trust one who ran away before, after all. Do you have multiple dialogues?
Ha! I am. Frankly, we can't.
You saved the lives. Now.
Okay, copy dialogues and everything. Everything is voice acted. So that'll be fun. So what's our dash look like? Yes, I have my cool wavy sleeves. This is all I wished for when I became female. It was all about the sleeves. Now it's like I have 4 arms. Yeah. Let's go to the first floor. Wait, do I have to press a button on this? Yes, I do. Don't run through the door. You have to press a button, it just doesn't show up. Right, the minimap in the upper right corner of the screen shows Oliz, the locations of important people, like Oliz, and the direction to give quest givers and more. Zoom or change the map view with the ZR button. Oh, I can do that, can I? ZR? Oh, that's a cooler map, to be honest. Alright, well that gives you a bit of an interest in the layout there. Wow, I like that. I speak to the 3 house leaders. Now, about how many people can I speak to? So not everyone is talkable too. They have stuff on their heads otherwise. But they have conversation dialogue as you go past. And most importantly, they have cats. Wait, where? Where? I would...